Hi guys, how are you? It is Friday, January 23rd when you are watching this. It's a couple days before that when I am recording it, and it is absolutely gorgeous in here with the sun out. It's still a little bit chilly. It's about 55 in the greenhouse right now, but it's pretty windy out. It's like I think it's about 15 outside right now. It's not very nice outside, but the sun is gorgeous and I will take sun however I can get it. It just makes me feel so good. So it is windy and there's a piece of like, there's like this tape that you can fix holes in greenhouse plastic with. And there was a small hole in the roof. And so the tape is loose. It's flapping around up there, and I am not getting up there to take it down today. So you might hear a little bit of noise from that because it's pretty windy outside. But it's our Friday update from the greenhouse. And I feel like I had a little bit of a hard time coming up with stuff to talk about this week without just being redundant and boring. So this video might be a little bit shorter. I aim for about 15 minutes, but I never know because I just make a list of all the things that I want to talk about with you guys and see how it goes. So anyway, we might be a little bit on the shorter side this time because after I recorded the video last week, I worked a whole bunch of days in a row, and now I am, and then it's just been extremely cold and snowy, and there's not a lot to do outside this time of the year, so we're just trying to get through day like 648 of January. The never-ending month. And why does January feel like it takes so much longer than July? Because like July is over with like that. I don't know. It's just unendingly long. So let's jump in and start talking about our things that we have to talk about this week. So obviously, not a lot of stuff going on out in the garden. It is frozen, it is cold, it is snow covered. The high tunnel is in exactly the same shape that it was in last week when we started, or when we videoed this. I have done absolutely nothing to it. The weather has not been conducive for working outside. So I'll be out there as soon as I can, but it has not been possible yet. So I did a post this week about the 3 seeds that I'm sowing on the flower farm in the month of January. If you want to grow them along with me, that's great. These seeds, they're some of my favorites. Delphinium are definitely one of my favorites. Delphinium, I start this time of the year because they take a little bit longer to germinate and they're kind of slow growers. A lot of perennials are that way. So they're a great one to start in January, and they're super cold tolerant too. So like once we get to like March, I can bring them out into the greenhouse, and even if it drops down it very cold at night, they get enough protection in the greenhouse that they do well. They're cold tolerant. Pansies are another one, very slow grower. And then bells. The bells of Ireland I wanted a quick touch on with you guys because there were a few people that reached out and tried to clarify how to plant those because they wanted to try them. So here is the one way that has worked for me, because bells have been something that I don't have great success with. A lot of people start them inside, like they put them in wet paper towel and they let them, and once they like break dormancy and like sprout out of the seed, then they put them in the dirt. It has never worked for me. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It just doesn't work. So what I did last year, and I had really good success with this, was I went out like this time of the year. It was January or February. It was really yucky out. We had a lot of snow. I grabbed my snow shovel and I dug out one of my raised beds. Like I dug all of the snow off of the raised bed until I was at dirt level. Obviously, the dirt is frozen at this point. And then I took all my seed and I just sprinkled it all over on the dirt, just on top of the dirt. And then I took the snow and I shoveled it back on top of the seed, like covered the whole bed right back up. Bells of Ireland are one of those seeds that need cold stratification. They need cold and they need wet to signal to the seed that it's time to break dormancy. Like as the conditions start changing, that's what like helps the seed to germinate. So that is the one way that I have had success with Bells of Ireland. And my plan for this year, I'm not actually starting new seed this year. What I did is I let all of my plants go to seed in the garden, and I shook all the seed out right in the bed and left it in the bed to try to let it germinate that way. And I'm hoping to have just a big, huge raised bed full of Bells of Ireland. If it doesn't work, I'm done with bells. Like they're too finicky. They need too much help, and I can't do it. So this is their last chance. I'm hopeful that they're going to do well, but that's where we're at. So the poppy seed, I also did a post this week about growing poppies. This is another one that I have struggled with. And in the video on Facebook, I gave you a lot more information about that and how to grow them. So I'm going to give away some poppy seed. You have until January 28th to comment on that post if you're interested in growing some poppies in your garden. I had a ton of seed left over that I collected from the few plants. They just make a lot of seed. I have them out here. I'll actually go grab them. I have some of the dried poppy seed heads. So these are the poppies from last year. They grew. They didn't get huge. Usually these pods get like 2 or 3 times this size. I don't know. I'm not sure why I struggle with this plant, but so anyways, these pods are just full of seed as they dry. And then you turn them over and shake them out, and you can save them in a paper bag. So that is what I did. I have a whole lot of seed saved. So until January 28th, you can comment on that post, and then I am going to randomly pick 5 people and share my excess poppy seed with you. Grow it however you want. If you want to use my ice cube tray method, that's great. If you want to just sprinkle it in your garden late winter, early spring, that's great also. Yes. And I will notify you if you're a winner. I have to be careful how I do it on Facebook because there's so many scammers out there. So I'm thinking I will probably notify you by Messenger that you won, but what I'm going to do is tell you by Messenger that I'm notifying you by, I don't know. I got to really think, because I don't want people to get scammed because I'm trying to give away something. So it's probably going to be through Facebook Messenger that I notify you, but there'll be some way so that we can verify that I'm me and I'm not a scammer trying to get anything from you, like an email address or something like that. So I'm just trying to be careful and protect you guys. So I'll figure it out. So go on that and comment if you want some poppy seed. What else? In probably 2 videos ago, I talked to you about winter sowing, like starting your seeds in milk jugs. This is the perfect time of the year to do it. And there was some people that reached out that said, yes, they want more information. So I created a post and I linked an article. I think it might have been, I think it was this week that I posted it. If not, it's coming out real soon. But I did a post on winter sowing and I linked an article from M.I. Gardner that has really great information, like really detailed steps and the seeds you can use and how to go about it. They're an amazing resource. And if you need seed, M.I. Gardner is a great place to get seed too also. But I put in the post, look in the post, because I had some extra suggestions on some flowers that you could winter sow. M.I. Gardner, many of their suggestions, to winter sow were veggies, which is great. If you want to grow veggies, do veggies. There's chunks of ice flying around up there in the wind, which is great. So you can do it with veggies, but I made some extra suggestions in my post about some flowers that you can winter sow also, because their list of flowers, there just weren't that many. So look for that post. What else is going on the farm? I'm working on the workshops and the kits. I believe our Galentine's Day workshop is like 3 weeks from today. 3 weeks from today. So the workshop is filling up pretty fast. I feel like we have maybe about 8 spots left-ish. It's going to be super fun. We're going to have some sweet Valentine's treats and coffee and tea, and we're going to make some gorgeous arrangements. And I'd love you guys to join me if you haven't already purchased a ticket. And then some upcoming workshop dates. There's a bulb workshop. The bulb basket workshop is March 14th, and Tea and Terracotta is coming up on April 24th. I scheduled this for a Friday afternoon at 2:00. Give me some feedback if that's a problem for you. I'm really trying to do some other days besides just Saturdays, but I also don't want to make it impossible for you guys to attend. So if this is something that you were really interested in attending, but it being on a Friday afternoon makes that not possible, let me know. I could possibly still adjust the date if I need to. And then I have another workshop in planning stages for May, which is going to be another, and I think it's going to be like a Mother's Day tea and a tulip arrangement. So I have 6,000 tulips planted out in the garden this year, which is like more than double what the most I've ever planted. The most I've ever planted before is around 3,000, and there's over 6,000 out there right now. So we're going to have lots of tulips to play with in the spring. So haven't set a date for that one. I'm thinking that it's going to be around Mother's Day time so that we can do like a Mother's Day tea with it. And what else? Hours of daylight. So, today was one of the first days where I actually noticed that when Blake left for work in the morning, it was already getting light outside. It's the first time that I've noticed this, and it was super exciting to me. I love that when I can see a difference. So we're definitely gaining more light every day. And actually, I just looked it up. As of today, we're gaining 2 minutes of light every single day. So probably almost a minute in the morning and a minute in the evening. Every single day. So That's like an hour of daylight a month that we're getting. And sunset tonight is at 5:34, which is more than it's like 10 minutes later than last Friday. So, what else is going on? What's going on in your guys' lives? Tell me, please comment in the comment section, or if you're not sure how to comment on YouTube, you can always send me a message on Facebook Messenger or email me. I would love to know, like, what do you guys want to hear about? What would you like me to talk about in these videos? I really, truly feel like it's difficult right now just because there's not a lot going on because of the time of the year. But as things change and warm up and we get busier, there's going to be a lot more to discuss. But what do you want to hear about right now? Is there something that you're interested in that I could share more information on? Let me know. Message me. In my personal life, I started working out. I started kind of like more like lifting weights and weight training, working out, because I feel like I'm at a point in my life where you start to lose muscle mass. And I started noticing things that were bothering me, like my grip strength wasn't as strong as it used to be. And where I noticed this was actually at the hospital. We use like pill grinders a lot. And I noticed that like just my grip strength is not what it used to be. And I also noticed when I was trying to move around bags, like I buy big bales of Pro Mix potting soil. I just felt like I was starting to maybe lose some strength, and I'm not okay with that. So, I've started trying like 3 times a week to do some strength training workouts. And I've actually started going once a week over in Memphis to BeFit, uh, which is really cool. Love the owner, Tracy, and she's so helpful and friendly. If you've thought about going there, I would definitely recommend it. It's a great place, super friendly. So, just hoping to maybe gain a little bit of strength and prevent some, as I'm getting older, the deterioration of my muscles. But I think that's all. What are we at? Oh, we're at 18 minutes. So I guess I can talk, man. I guess I can talk a lot longer than I thought. That's it for this week. Message me or comment below if there's anything you're interested in hearing about. I would love to hear from you guys. And enjoy the sunshine. I hope you guys have a great weekend and a great week ahead. And I will see you next Friday.